Hi guys, good to see y'all in person for once. And it's been great to get out here, get in front of the fans, and I'm excited to keep getting better every day. So go ahead.
Adam, with Eric Wilson leaving in free agency, you've got a bunch of different guys kind of working in there. How do you kind of see that battle playing out for that third linebacker spot?
Yeah, we're working through that. I'm giving a lot of guys a chance to work with the ones, and as we go through the preseason and these practices, hopefully somebody will rise to the top. But we're gonna give a lot of guys a chance and a lot of reps with the ones, and see who comes out on top.
What do you want to see out of that position? Because that spot seems to have kind of adapted over the years.
Yeah, we want consistency, number one. Make sure you're in the right place, lined up correctly. I think, the ability to make plays, too. I mean, he's just not out there to be a third linebacker. I want a guy that's going to make tackles and fly around the ball and make an impact on this defense.
Adam, how has Cam Smith come along in just like everything from his last year to right now?
Yeah, Cam's done a great job getting back into it. He's one of the smartest guys we have in the linebacker room. I thought he was a little rusty when he came back in OTAs, and then he came back yesterday and the day before, and I thought it was his two best days, moving around and in a lot better shape. And so I like where Cam's heading toward.
He was so good against the run in college. What do you think he can provide here with this defense?
Yeah, he's a physical player, and he has good instincts, and he can run sideline to sideline. So I think he can be a guy that feel like Ben Gideon was for us a couple years ago. Physical against the run, always in the right position, has good instincts, and can find the ball.
Adam, people talk so much about the difference when Anthony Barr is out there, certainly just in the huddle. What kinds of things does he do that make the biggest difference when he's out there compared to when he's not?
Well, there's a lot of things he does. Number one, he calls the defense. He gets everybody lined up. I think it makes life a lot easier on Eric Kendricks, where Kendricks likes to just play ball, find ball, see ball, get ball. And Anthony allows him to kind of do that more instead of worrying about, I got to get the front set, I got to get the pressure set, I got to alert this and alert that. Anthony does a lot of those things for us. And, he's also noticeable for the offense. They've got to account for him in protections and where they send the back and all these things. So, he does a lot of good things for us, but, the number one thing that helps everybody calm down and just be able to play fast.
How does one become proficient as like a green dot? It's like walking and talking at the same time. It doesn't sound hard, but obviously like doing that and getting set seems like a pretty difficult job.
Yeah, it is. He's an extremely intelligent football player, and not just football player, but just person in general. And I remember the first year we got him, we were having a hard time playing a certain route, passing it off because it's happening so fast. He had missed all of OTAs because he was a quarters guy at UCLA, and all of a sudden he comes in, we get that exact same route the first time he gets it, and we cover it like it's nothing. So I think you're born with that sometimes, and your intelligence and instincts always kick in with that.
Eric says he's really improved on knowing all of the defense, not just what he has to do. After his experience without Anthony last year, do you see an improvement in him as a player?
Intelligent football player, so I think he's got a good feel of how everybody plays together, whether it be the secondary or the defensive line, and that's going to come with experience anyway. In year 7 or whatever it is for him, he's seen a lot of football, but I do think that he has a greater understanding of, okay, the DB is going to be here when they do this, or the defensive line is going to react this way, so I can play a little bit differently off of it.
What does Paul Gunther bring to the staff, and did he help inform the decision to go after Nick Vigil?
I'll start with Nick. Yeah, he had Nick, and he had very high remarks on Nick Vigil, and he said he was a smart player that could play multiple positions for us, and so that was a factor in bringing him in for sure. And I worked with Paul in Cincinnati. He's an extremely bright coach, always has great ideas. We've had some of the best meetings as a defensive staff this year, just coming up with new ideas and a lot of new wrinkles that, and he saw a lot of stuff in Oakland that we're seeing, Oakland and Las Vegas, that we're seeing now, because they were in Kansas City's division and the Chargers, and they do a lot of the stuff that these modern offenses are. So it's been a lot of good ideas that have helped us make some tweaks and give some different looks.
Peterson with you, kind of like having a player coach in a way. He seems to really want to help the younger guys and can really translate some things too.
Yeah, Pat's been great. He's extremely intelligent, and he's seen a lot of football, which helps, and he has helped those young guys a lot, and he's really become a good leader for the defense. He's setting example, just not only the way he handles himself, but as far as talking to the young guys, his communication. You know, he communicates as good as any corner that I've been around. You know, he say, hey, alert the motion, or alert this, or alert that. You know, and a lot of times corners just line up and they just want to cover their guy, but he's done a really good job with it.
Last couple, Coach.
How much more complicated are things for young linebackers and young cornerbacks when it comes to just over the last number of years? It seems like a lot more of the motions and things like that have just made it so intelligence is even more important for those guys.
Yeah, linebacker, DB, you've got to be smart to play in the league now. Offenses are trying to mess with your eyes all the time, whether they're and really all they're doing is they're motioning guys from side to side, and they're just running the same play they used to run, but they're getting you to look one way and the other, and all of a sudden you're out of your gap. So you have to have guys that can anticipate things that are happening and think on the run, and that's why we've really put an emphasis, especially in the linebacker position, in the last few years, of athleticism and intelligence, and I think we've gotten that with our last couple of rookies, and obviously Eric and Anthony are probably two of the smartest guys on the team. So the offenses, the way they're playing now, you have to be that type of player.
How do you balance these because you need linebackers to step in to stop the run too, but whenever you have guys across the league that are playing slot that are really fast, and you kind of have to cover, or a guy coming out of the backfield, how tough is it to balance that?
Yeah, it is. I would say, the athleticism I'm putting a higher emphasis on just because of that. They're going to have to cover Alvin Kamara or Tariq Cohen or these fast backs or these good tight ends. So you'd rather have a 5-yard gain than a 30-yard gain on a pass, number one. But, ideally we get somebody that can do both. And I think the guys we have around here have shown that they can be physical against the run and be able to be athletic enough to match up against backs and tight ends. All right. Thanks, guys.